Hello there, Aquarius. Welcome to DragonTaleTarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your tarot and astrology reading for July 2020. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Always as wonderful to return to be with my Aquarians and be in your energy. Thank you so much to my new and returning subscribers. And if it's your first time here, thanks so much for stopping by the channel. I always do invite you to reach out there, hit that subscribe button, and join the dragon family here. Also, give it that dragon claw up by clicking the like button and let me know that you enjoy this content. I'm so sorry, guys, that this is later coming out than I wanted it to be. We had a very, very big emergency here at the house right at the end of June. Oh my goodness. I wrote about it in my community section on my YouTube page, so if you want to know more about what went down, do check that out. But it was really scary. It was really intense, and I'm just very grateful that everything has been working out okay and things are getting back on track, because it was very, very frightening. And I will say that, you know, all this retrograde energy, all this intensity that we've been experiencing, it is for real. A lot of people out there, including myself, are all going through it, and I know it's going on. So you know, again, as always, my feeling and my heart is with you, whoever is out there watching this and is going through stuff. I totally empathize, and I just pray that all your angels and all your guardians and guides are with you throughout this. I know they will be. Just reach out to them. So guys, let's go ahead and get started. As always, a few quick notes before we get going is that this is a general reading. It's not going to resonate with every Aquarius out there. So take what makes sense to you and leave the rest behind. Also, this will mostly correspond to Aquarius Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. So do check the placements in your personal natal chart to find out more info. Also, this can be for all of our Aquarius cross watchers out there. You're very welcome to join us. If you're interested in a personal reading with me, would like information on any of the card decks that I use in my readings, or would like to make a donation to the channel, all those links and information are below in the description box. So let's get started, guys. We'll talk about your astrology for a few minutes, and then we'll jump right into the cards. We are in the sun sign of Cancer right now. That is where the sun is moving. We are currently in a Mercury retrograde, which will be ending soon on July the 12th. But don't expect it to just go right back immediately, because once Mercury goes direct, it does have to go back to that, what it's called, its shadow point, which is the degree that it was in when it went retrograde. So as we get into the end of July, more into the middle of August, the real fog will start to clear. We also are out of that Venus retrograde, thank goodness. That is still clearing, and by the end of this month, we will definitely feel a lot more clarity in our personal relationships coming through. Aquarius, you're doing a great deal of healing, both personal, you know, physical, relationship-wise, just looking at your overall well-being. There may be some physical things that come up, especially this first part of July, with the sun, you know, highlighting your universal Virgo house. You definitely will be looking at things that, you know, are going on within the physical body. Medical issues could arise. It's definitely good to get checked out if you feel that you need to. And just doing things that are good for your overall wellness, whether it's eating right, getting enough water, enough exercise, sleeping better, etc. All of that will come up into play. Mars has gone into Aries. That's a very positive place for Mars. It will be activating your third house of communication. So Aquarius, I think you'll be very motivated over this, you know, the next half of this year, because Mars is going to be in Aries until January 7th next year. So you will have to do a lot of communicating. All of the forces will be pushing you to act in the realm of communication for sure. We just had our lunar eclipse, full moon in Capricorn. I will be doing readings for that, and it will be a little late coming out, but that's totally fine, because those energies do last for a month or more. But this would have been this is a very sensitive month for you, Aquarius. You're definitely feeling a lot of emotion coming to the surface. Some of it could be very challenging, and you've really got to work through it. You've got to take the steps that you need to take or are directed to take. because if you do, it will work out much, much better. If you don't, it will just get a lot harder, because that is just simply the energy of Capricorn. If we don't work with that energy, it just keeps applying more pressure until we do. So let's go ahead and jump into your cards, Aquarius. Let's see what messages are coming through. We're going to start with a major arcana card to show your energy and what you're bringing through this month, and then we're going to do some oracle and a full tarot spread. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, ancestors, helpers, and healers, please be with the sun, moon, Venus, and rising sign of Aquarius as we do their tarot reading for July 2020. Please protect their energy as well as mine throughout this reading, and bring through clear, accurate messages for their highest good. Thank you so much. All right, so Aquarius, this is definitely a take charge kind of month. That Mars in Aries is absolutely going to be impacting you this July for sure, with the Emperor card coming up. This is what you're coming in through. This is what you're identifying with the strongest this month. And the Emperor is a fighter. It's a warrior spirit. It really fights for what it wants, takes charge, takes leadership. If it says, I want to be in a relationship, or I want to be with somebody, it goes after that person. It doesn't sit around and wait. If it wants a job, if it wants a career, if it wants a solution to a problem as well, it goes after those things very strongly. This is Mars energy, Aries energy, so very, very strong fire. All about taking action, Aquarius. So, it can make you a little bit impatient too. Like if you feel like you've been waiting for something, you are going to get to a place where you just don't want to hold back anymore. It's like, I have to go, I have to say something, I have to do something. So let's get a spirit animal guardian for you. Let's see who's coming through for you. And just keep in mind, since we're already a week into July, that you may have already felt some of these energies coming up. Or they're on the way. So you may already be feeling these, or they're on the way to you. These are really talking. And just bear with me, guys. I always shuffle these until it feels right. I never pull them too soon. Oh, beautiful. And look at that. This, this is a gorgeous card for one thing. The artwork is just beautiful. But the energy, the animal coming through is the deer. And the key word is power. The number on this card is 11, which is also a master number. So my goodness, to me, it's like she looks like, is it Diana, the goddess of the hunt, right? So it's like, to me, there's an energy of this, of like, again, there's the gentleness of the deer, because it is, it has that serenity, the agility, the swiftness. But it also takes action, and it has a lot of power. And in Celtic tradition, the deer is a very, very powerful being. So, you really are able to embody quite a lot of power. But it is very much, intertwined with taking action towards your dreams, not just sitting around and waiting for it to come to you, but, time is kind of the essence with that. So let's get a crystal chakra card. We're going to see what chakra needs to be healed, what gemstone or crystal is best to work with. Ooh, I like this one. Okay, so calcite is coming up, Aquarius, and this is for calmness, it's for peace, and this is meant to balance all chakras. So all the chakras are coming up for clearing this month. Not a surprise. I'm going to pull one. Yeah, on the bottom we had the labradorite as well. So psychic ability, the third eye, to me, those two both speak to mental clarity, mental stillness. A lot of you may be experiencing a good deal of anxiety, maybe even panic attacks or feelings, where it's just like the mind just won't shut off. So these two stones would be very, very good to work with, to help balance the mental body and also bring about more peace and calm to yourself. So let's get into your tarot, guys. Let's move old Mr. Dragon on over here. I'm going to be using the regular Rider-Waite to do the main spread and the Modern Witch Tarot to clarify. So let's get on in. Let's see what we have for my Aquarius folks out there. Let's see what Spirit's bringing through for your messages for this month of July. Yeah, okay, Aquarius. Aw, all right, wow. Okay, Aquarius, so in the middle, yeah, I definitely get some tension from you because right now at the center of your spread, we have the Five of I'm about to say sticks. The Five of Wands, but they are sticks. But the Five of Wands is fire energy. Like I said, you're tapping into some of that Aries. And of course, one of the cons of, Aries energy is that it is, it can bring up conflict. It can bring up an argumentative energy. And that's what comes through with this Five of Wands. You could be doing a lot of, kind of fighting within your own mind. There could be a lot of, argument coming up. You could be in a conflict with other people, or it feels like whenever you talk to someone else, it's like conflict just arises. It's too easy to have arguments lately. So it's very important to just work with that energy. Just calming your own mind, like with the calcite, the labradorite. It's time to have that calmness, because the positive of Aries energy and like that Emperor is, having power, having action, direction, assertiveness without it turning into aggression or argumentativeness and just sniping at each other. Because, to me, the Five of Wands, it's not like a huge, big battle. It's just like a little, it's like a back and forth, it's like these little slap fight. It's just nasty little sniping and nitpicking and, it's little digs and stuff. It's not like a full-blown battle, but it's not fun either. So let's see what clarifies this guy. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune, so definitely things are changing as you allow them to, Aquarius, because the Wheel of Fortune is things are moving forward in your favor. Your sign is part of this. The Wheel of Fortune is, aligned with those fixed signs, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, and Leo. It's also a Jupiter-ruled card. So to me, you can definitely get out of that argumentative kind of conflict energy. It's not impossible by any means. So going into the immediate past, look at that, Ten of Wands. You've already come through, to me, like some major burdensome cycles, a lot of pain, a lot of frustration, a lot of work in a lot of cases for you, a lot of just physical labor, or things that you've had, a very full plate on, and it's felt very burdensome, really weighing you down. And so it's like, this is the end of that cycle going into the past, Aquarius. So a lot of the worst is kind of behind you. I think a lot of what you're dealing with right now is residual, frustration that's possibly left over from some of that. Okay, we're going to go on. Yep, the Emperor card came out again. Ten of Wands, on top of that, because it's really, you've needed, and if you haven't yet done so, this reading is already pushing you to step into a role of leadership, taking action. If there's something you've been too passive about, that you've just kind of said, well, I'll just see what happens, or I'll just, wait it out, and you can see it's not going in a direction that you want it to. So it's like, this is saying, Aquarius, you have to step up. You can't just sit back and watch your life go by or let other people make all the decisions. because then you won't even get to be a part of it as it unfolds. Going into the immediate future, we do have that Nine of Pentacles. So your main focus, your main drive, your main directive going forward is you want the stability, you want that peace that comes with, you know, kind of having your finances and your resources really solid. This is also, to me, very strong Capricorn energy. It can also be Taurus and Virgo. So you may be, you know, there may be a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo involved, or somebody with a very earthy, stable, feminine energy that you either feel very drawn to or is drawn to you. And that could be somebody in your future, because check out the Falcon. That is all about seeing into the future and having that foresight of what's coming up ahead. Whew. Seven of Cups, but you are a little confused emotionally, Aquarius, because look at that. We've got that, you know, lots of options, lots of decisions. You may feel like there's so many things pulling you in so many different directions. You really do want this stable energy. And if it's a relationship, it's like you really want a relationship with this stable person, you know, somebody that you feel is a very, very good choice going forward. But it can feel very confusing right now. You may feel like you are just being pulled in, you know, 7 or more different directions, right? So it's really about getting clear, getting focused, embodying that Nine of Pentacles instead, and just saying, you know what? Let me take one thing at a time. What do I know I really want? And start there instead of trying to tackle a million different things at once. The Seven of Cups is really strong in here, Aquarius, because this is what you're focused on. This is what's, you know, in your subconscious on the bottom of the spread. So you've got the Seven of Cups coming up twice here, guys. This is really about a lot of, you know, a lot of options coming your way, but it doesn't feel fabulous, right? You know, it's like a lot of times, it's like sometimes that can be really nice because like, oh, I've got options, but then it's like, oh man, I can't make a decision between all this, and you're a little bit nervous. It's like, which one do I take? Because some of these could turn out really good, some of them may not be so good. Aquarius, just take your time, and again, simplify. And, you know, to me, because communication and leadership and action are so much a part of your reading and your astrology right now, that don't go into it blind. Because if you're just doing this on pure imagination or conjecture, or you're just sort of like trying to guess at what another person is feeling or guess at what the situation could be, that doesn't work. You're going to clear up a lot of confusion by actually talking it out, actually taking action and seeing for yourself what's really there. Now, don't be, you know, too hard on yourself, because Mercury is retrograde, and it has been, and Venus has been retrograde. So we have been honestly dealing with a lot of confusing energies. It's not just all on you. This is universally something that everyone's dealing with. But especially towards the end of July, a lot of this fog is going to start to lift. But absolutely, use your powers of communication. Don't be afraid to speak your mind. Yeah, and it is about love for a lot of you guys, because we do have the Two of Cups. This is a soulmate connection, love relationship, twin flame, very strong bond, very strong soul bond here. Could be somebody you just met, but probably not. This is probably somebody that, you know, has been on the scene for a minute, and you've had a lot of confusion about them. Maybe things haven't gone so well in the past. Maybe you've had some of those conflicts like we're seeing in that past position. You know, but look at the caduceus, the healing symbol between them. It is about healing this. And a lot of it is, it's recovering from all of this confusion. On top of the spread, crowning the spread, message from Spirit, Ace of Pentacles, which is a super positive card, Aquarius. So to me, that says that the stability is possible. Again, this is, you know, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy. It's very earthy. But to me, it's the hand of the divine bringing in something very solid, something very manifested that you can really rely on. And that's what Spirit wants you to know. It's like, don't worry so much. Things will work out. Yeah, and it could be with a Capricorn, because again, here's this Devil card, but this also tells me you've been worrying a lot, because, you know, the negative side of the Devil, of course, is, you know, obsession and worry and anxiety and being trapped to something that you just can't, you feel trapped. Like you feel like I keep going around and around and around. I try to figure something out and it just doesn't work out. So it could be related to a Capricorn very strongly. But, you know, especially with that Ace of Pentacles. But to me, it's like, this is rising up out of any negatives with that. But you got to do the work, right? To free yourself from it. It's not just going to, that stuff isn't just going to fix itself by itself, Aquarius. You've really got to do the work, take the time, make the effort, and you'll see it come through. You will. It's like, just give it a little minute. Give it a little minute. Because Mercury is still in retrograde. Venus is still working its way back through its shadow point. So by the end of July, I think things are going to get a lot clearer for you. But right now, yeah, they have been just really like, you know, smoke and mirrors, a lot of confusion. And you may not even feel like you know what to say or how to start. But the point is that you do start. Even if it's a little clunky or you feel a little awkward, just go ahead and start, because the door needs to be opened. Yeah. Oh, so Aquarius, here we go. So suggested approach, Knight of Cups. So definitely this is saying make that approach, you know, make that emotional offer. If it's somebody that you want to talk to, that you're worried, you know, maybe you haven't been getting along so great, but this is really saying, you know, come in with that gentle emotional approach. If somebody likewise comes in with that sort of approach to you, it's like hear them out, you know, hear them out, make the time to talk. Yeah, and the Chariot. So definitely very strong emotional movement forward. The Chariot is Cancer energy, which is where the Sun is and Mercury right now. So to me, this is all about balancing your emotional state, Aquarius. This is about really learning from your emotional extremes, if you have them, you know. It's like, because we have the yin and the yang, the male and the female. We have that balance between those extreme emotions. But definitely you are either coming towards somebody to make a romantic or emotional offer, or they are. It could be mutual. There could be some traveling involved here too because of that Chariot, because of that Knight. They may live at a distance a little bit, you know, or a lot. And there's some kind of movement that needs to take place there. So what you need to know is that things aren't completely done. Things are not set in stone. It's like one cycle hasn't completely ended and the next one hasn't begun. This is a Neptune ruled card, so you need to know that there is probably something that needs to be let go of. Usually it has to do with the ego when it comes to the Hanged Man. So, you know, with all that Aries energy, Aquarius, you may be operating out of some ego, or they might be. And so it's kind of like it's time to let go of any kind of unhealthy pride. Because that's not getting anybody what they want, right? You know, so the Hanged Man just says, let go and, you know, turn things over to spirit and realize that things are still in motion. They are not said and done yet. Yeah, with the Queen of Cups, and look at that. She's very Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer energy, very watery, that goes along very nicely with this Hanged Man. So it is all about emotional vulnerability, being willing to let your guard down, being willing to take down those barriers and walls and be emotionally available. Ooh, very strong. And that could relate either to you or who you're working with here, Aquarius. So hopes and fears is the Three of Cups. You really want to have a celebrated victory. You really want to have a great turnout, but you're worried that you might not. Let's clarify that. Yeah, because right now, yet again, look at this, the Moon card. There's just that confusion, Pisces energy right here. So things are cloudy, things are not feeling, you're not sure if you're going to have this, you know, celebration or this success, because, you know, things have just not been clear. So it's really time, Aquarius, it's time to get clarity, especially as we get towards the end of this month. Outcome card is the Three of Pentacles. So there is, you know, something that needs to be worked on, a structure that needs to be built the two people coming to the architect to start a new plan and saying, here's the blueprint, here's the temple we want built, and he's working to help make that happen. So, you know, it may take somebody helping you out, Aquarius, you know, but it definitely is. It's like the two of you, you know, if this isn't a romantic relationship, it's like the two of you have got to come together and put this plan together, you know, and maybe seek out help for, you know, for what you need done. And when it comes to work, very strong as well, because the Pentacles is that earth element. You may be needing somebody's help to get into a better career or get into a better position in your job. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to ask for that help. It's very strongly recommended right now. And look at that. Yes, Eight of Pentacles. So, you know, it really does require doing the work. That's why that Devil card is coming up. That's why that energy is there, because it's like, in order to get that stable, firm energy, like that Nine of Pentacles, that wonderful Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo kind of energy, it's like it really does require working one day at a time. Eight of Pentacles is all about putting in the effort each day, one day at a time, Aquarius. Wow. Four of Swords is on the bottom of the Rider-Waite, so this is really saying you do need additional sleep, you do need rest, your mind has been going overtime, so it's really time to give your mind a break. And look at that. Oh, the World card came up on the bottom of the Modern Witch, so we do have some things coming full circle, things coming to a head, things that you've been wanting to find, you know, clear answers on, finally getting resolved. So Aquarius, this is a beautiful reading. It's actually, it's very clear in the fact that it's unclear. That's the interesting thing. It's very clear that you have been dealing with just a lot of confusion, a lot of emotional, overwhelming feelings. So be patient with yourself. We are getting through those. It has been so intense, you guys. There's no joke, it has. So let's get you a couple cards for your affirmation. I'm going to pull from the Witch's Wisdom and the Witch's Kitchen cards. These are so much fun, and they're great because we just had our summer solstice, so I'm kind of pulling into that Wiccan sort of solstice tradition here. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness. So the Lord, you know, the God energy, the divine masculine is coming up here, guys. So again, there is a very, very strong masculine energy coming through this reading. Whether or not you align feminine, masculine does not matter. There's Aries, there's the Emperor coming through twice. And now we've got, you know, this divine masculine card. So to me, this is really stepping up into your leadership. It's letting go of the negative sides of masculinity, like ego, arrogance, unhealthy pride, things like that. And it's embodying the positives, which is leadership, action, direction, focus, being assertive, you know, going very positively after what you want, shedding off a lot of negative feelings, shedding off the sadness, you know, embracing that solar kind of energy of positivity, optimism, enthusiasm. So let's get into a couple cards from the kitchen deck. Let's see what comes up. All right, so we have the hemp, which is about expansion and broadening your horizons, trying new things. It's also about kind of going out of your comfort zone a little bit. And it's also very soothing. The hemp is a super soothing herb for the skin, for the body. And also we have thyme. I love thyme for courage. So courage is important. Being willing to step out of your box, guys, and also be courageous. Be brave. Don't be afraid to go for what you want, to talk to who you need to, and to say what is on your mind. So Aquarius, I will be seeing y'all very soon, and I hope the rest of your July is awesome. Take care.